So find a comfortable seat just to start to settle. Oh my goodness. Arrive here fully. Where's your body? Do that. That's sort of like a literal thing when many years ago, when I got into a specific spiritual practice, I would come into the space and my friend, my mentor would say, "Where are your feet?" And I'd be like, "What are you talking about? Where are my feet?" And she'd literally be like, "Where are your feet?" And I'd have to stand there and I'd go, "My feet are in my shoes. Where are your shoes? My feet are my shoes are on the ground." Right. So that literally right now, like come into this space. Like even like say your name, like I am Becca and I am sitting on my pillow on my yoga mat in my apartment in Simi Valley, right? Like really let yourself arrive here, even if that feels silly, and that's okay. Our practice can be silly. And invite your whole self here. Shift your weight around, feel your sit bones. And so we are just barely out of this new moon solar eclipse energy, and we will be in this energy tonight into tomorrow. So we are in it, we are feeling it, and that's okay. And even if you're like, well, I don't think I'm feeling it, I'm not sure if I'm feeling it, you are, because we're here and we're now and we're living this experience on this planet. And our planet experienced a total solar eclipse with the path of totality in North America. And so close your eyes if they're not closed already. And just bring yourself into a little bit of, again, even more body awareness. Start to rock a little bit side to side. Open and close your mouth, shift your head. And just again, I am here. I am now. I'm in my home. Who are you? Where are you? What do you smell? What do you feel? What do you hear? When the moon changes signs next or tomorrow, moving us into the next cycle that we're in, we will be in the fixed earth. And that is grounding. So Aries, the cardinal fire, is the initiator, the pioneer, the strike of the match, the spark. And then we have to ground it, right? Because if you strike a match and you don't light something with it, right, like it's going to go out, right? So we have to continue the process. And so we arrive here fully, presently, with everything that we are: body, mind, spirit, emotions, thoughts, sensations. Bring a hand to heart, a hand to belly. And again, even really feel into your body, that your hands lightly press into these sacred centers of the heart and the womb, or the imprint of the womb. And how are you feeling? What emotions are present? What energy is running? How are you feeling this manifestation of fire? And fire can be energizing, it can be exhausting. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, stick out your tongue. Couple more. We'll tone our lunar mantra, and you can also just listen or hum, or we'll chant to this new moon solar eclipse, bringing in this new energetic cycle. Om Chandraya Namaha. Deep breath in. Om Chandraya Namaha. Slide your hands down to your knees, your shins, and let's come into the spine. So I'm going to start to move through some circles. If you want to go into cat cow, you can do that too. Some days my body wants cat cow first, but right now I'm feeling that bigger movement. So the new moon is traditionally at the beginning of the new lunar cycle, so marking this next 28-day cycle. And this is usually the day where we decide what actions we want to take. And usually this new moon coming after the equinox has big actions, big forward motion. But for the next few weeks, really between now and the next new moon, we're more observing, right? We're observing where the light is, where the spark is, where the heat is. We're trying to reduce the inflammation where we can, put out the unnecessary fires. But we're gathering information of what maybe big actions are ready to happen. Go ahead and reverse the direction if you're circling, otherwise just stay with your cat cow. And so this is really a reflective new moon. Eclipse new moons are about reflecting on the past 6 months, the past month, and really, again, where are those bigger changes? Where is the heat? Where is the passion? And some personal themes is, what is your dynamic right now with self-love, self-confidence? What is your dynamic right now with initiating passion in your life? What is your dynamic right now with being intuitive and sort of giving in to some degree to inner child, allowing some movement there? And those are some wonderful things to reflect upon. And Venus just moved into the eighth chakra. So, or not the eighth chakra, the Earth Star chakra, which is the eighth movement when we're coming down. So Venus is now moving out of the sky. So the divine feminine energy is now down in the Earth Star chakra for the next few months. And so again, there is this sort of reflective, purifying energy right now. There will be a lot of forward motion in May and June, but right now we're gathering our power, gathering our strength, renewing our confidence, our courage, our personal power. Go ahead and come to center. Switch the cross of the legs if you're sitting cross-legged. Otherwise, just make sure your seat is still supporting you. And then as you inhale, you can reach your arms up, and let's just start to move into the side body. So just starting with some simple spinal movement, just to notice what's going on. Because sometimes when there's big events happening, but we're sort of in our day to day, we don't notice. We don't notice where the tension is, the tightness is, or maybe where we're feeling open. Maybe an area has opened up, or maybe it feels more tender, more tight. It's not been uncommon these last few days to experience some recurring wound. So this new moon is with the wounded healer archetype, as well as our planet of communication, our planet of value and worth. So pretty much everything is in this energy, but they're kind of all doing different things. And so we're sort of feeling this in different ways. Whatever side you come to next, go ahead and hold. So you can have your top arm overhead. You can also hook it behind the back. You can play with turning your gaze up and down. And just feeling into the body, and even just getting into the body. So in some traditions, the new moon and the full moon days are rest days. They're not big active practice days, because it's the retention. The new moon is the bottom of the exhale, right as we start to take the breath in. Go ahead and inhale, bring it up and over. But because this is a fire moon, and to some degree it's more of a reflective fire moon, whether it wants to be or not, we are going to do a little bit of movement just to help move things through the body. But listen to yourself. If you need more movement, take it. If you need more rest, take it. Right? You've carved out this time to be in the practice, to be in your body, to be in the sadhana, to be in the lunar ritual. So listen to your body, listen to your breath. And then slowly bring it up as you inhale, reach your arms up, big, big stretch. Exhale, hands to heart, relax the head. Inhale, reach the arms up, stretch. Exhale, draw down. One more time, just really grounding movement. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw down, and then reach your fingertips out into the mat on either side of you. Press your fingers down, and then roll your shoulders down and back. Sit up nice and tall, and let the left ear roll to the left shoulder. And then head up and over. So just opening up the neck, So the cardinal fire element rules the head. And then the fixed earth element rules the neck. So if you're feeling a lot in your head and neck right now, again, very much in line. And the next time your head rolls over to the right, push your left fingertips into the ground. Maybe right hand comes up and gently holds the left side of the head. Relax your jaw. And then release the right hand. Let your head come up and just give it a shake. And then back to center, and then the left ear comes down. Push the right fingertips into the mat. Maybe left hand comes up. Relax your mouth, relax your eyes. And then release. And bring the head back up, give it a little shake. And then walk your left hand further behind you. Inhale, right arm up, right hand to the left knee, and twist. Look towards the left. Lengthen. Soften the jaw. You can open and close the mouth a couple times. Just any tension in the mouth, wiggle the jaw around. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, right hand behind you. Inhale, left arm up. And then twist. So get our spinal movements in. Because, one of the main reasons we move the spine in yoga is that the yogis have found that was the most efficient way to bring the body back into optimal balance, to balance the mind, the body, the chakra system, the endocrine system. Soften the jaw, shake out your head. Inhale, and then exhale, unwind. Stretch your legs out long. Bring your hands behind you. Just rock them out a little bit. Release the hips, release the hip flexors. Even roll out your ankles one way and then the other. And then bend your knees. Make sure you're up on your sit bones. Bring your legs all the way together if you can. If you can't, you might put a block or a pillow between your thighs. Or if you have like a Pilates ball, you can do that too. And then pull your spine up. Pull your belly towards your thighs. And then you can release your arms or keep your hands behind the thighs. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, round back. Feel your core engage. And then inhale up. And then exhale back. Just a little bit of Navasana, baby boat. Again, keep squeezing the legs towards each other. If you want a little more, as you inhale, come up with your arms as you bring your belly in and then back. Keep the shoulders down the back, belly draws in. So only come back as far as you can keep your belly button pulling back towards your spine. And then if you want a little more, as you lean back, you can alternate lifting one leg at a time. But try to keep them close to each other. That's going to support the hip flexors as well, and also strengthen the pelvic floor. And breathe. So a little bit of fire energy, a little bit of core, but the heart stays open, face stays soft. Even soften or close your eyes. Draw your belly button in. And then hold. So we'll do this twice in case you're alternating, but you can have your feet down. You can be holding behind your thighs. Lift your chest, soften your jaw. Inhale. And then exhale, round in for a moment. And then lift it up, lean back, hold it again, opposite leg if you were alternating. Belly in, lift the chest, soften the jaw, soften the eyes, feel the core. And then exhale, round in. Pause for a moment, just rock a little bit. Just feeling anything going on in their body when we just sort of ignited a little bit of fire energy. And then round yourself up. And then you're going to keep your feet down, lift your arms, take an inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to twist to the left. And then you'll inhale center, exhale right. You want a little more, you'll lean back more. And then you can come up and then lean back more. So you'll inhale, come in, exhale, twist. And if you want to stay further back the whole time, you can do that too. Again, as long as you can keep your belly in. So you're inhaling center, exhaling twist. Now, if you want a little more, you're going to lift the leg of the side you're twisting to. As you twist right, right leg comes up. As you twist left, left leg comes up. Again, leaning back, belly in, or just stay upright and just twist as much as you can. If this gets to be too much, just come back to what we were doing before, where you're just going forward and back. So if adding that twist is too much. But when we're doing this twisted boat, especially lifting the legs, we're getting the full sort of abdominal area. We're getting the upper abs, we're getting the side abs, and the lower abs. So draw the belly in, open your chest. And then we're gonna hold whatever side you're on. You're gonna add just a little pulse, like you're just gently twisting a little bit to that side. And if it's too much, just come back, fold through center. We're gonna go right into the other side. Inhale up, exhale to the other side, little pulse. Soften the jaw, soften the face. Breathe. And then bring it back. And then soles of the feet together. Whew. It just makes sense to do bound angle after Navasana, right? Gotta release those hip flexors. So just flutter the legs a little bit. Roll out your shoulders. If you can do both at the same time, great. If not, you can relax the legs. And then the other way with the shoulders. And then lift up, lift up. Exhale out a sound. And then just for a full breath, you can round forward. Just opening up the back, opening up the hips. And if it's too much to come forward, you can just stay upright and just breathe into the hips. Rock a little bit. And you can always stay longer. If it feels good as you come down, you want to take a few breaths there. Otherwise, we're going to come on up. Squeeze those knees in. Relax your head for a moment. And then we will bring it on up to stand. So shifting your body to a standing position, whatever makes sense for you. And take the feet about as wide as the mat. Soften the knees and let's just windmill it out. So like I said, some nice movements today to just kind of move that through us. A few little things to ignite that fire energy that might be a little stuck or repressed or not sure what to do, and then let it move through us. Let your head go, your neck go. Twisting is always a nice way to create that clarity and let go of any stuck or excess energy in the body. And there may be, because eclipses, they move in 6 months, 18 months, and 19-year cycles. So some of the stuff you're feeling today might have been from 6 months ago, or a year ago, or 18 years ago. Right? So it's hard to say. And that's why we're very lucky to have yoga, right? To know how to use the breath and the body to move things out of our body. That Agni, Prana, fire and air, which burns up the mala. And this is what this cycle right now is about. We're coming off a lunar eclipse. Today we just had a solar eclipse. We're burning stuff up. And bring it back to center. Bring your feet in a little bit closer, hip to shoulder distance apart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Big stretch, exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, just very grounding movement. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Pause for a moment. Press your palms together. Press your feet down. Lengthen your crown and just again arrive here on your feet. Where are your feet? My feet are on my blanket, on my mat, in my room, in my apartment. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, soft knees. Inhale up halfway as you lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, bend the knees, reach up, lift, and hands to heart. Ardha Surya Namaskar. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bow down. You can use a block or a chair here too. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach it up. And start. 2 more. Follow your breath. Gather it up. Big breath in. This time, as we inhale and stretch, we're going to come down and hold that Uttanasana. And again, you can do this folding over blocks or a chair or a bed, or you can just dangle. If you have a downward dog in your practice today and you want to walk out to Adho Mukha, you can. And if you are someone who has a little bit of a stronger asana practice today and you wanted to take a couple of vinyasas from down dog, you could come to plank, lower down to the earth, knees up or down, lift up into cobra, and then push back down dog or child's pose, or just stay in Uttanasana for a few more rounds of breaths, rocking, moving, shifting. But again, just listening to your body. If you want a little more movement, you could even go from down dog to tabletop and do a couple cat cows, or just again, hold that forward fold, wiggle around. It's a really good pose to take several breaths in when you're in Uttanasana because it's a mild inversion as well as a forward fold. Again, feel free to take as many breaths in down dog or any movement there that feels good. But if you're in your Uttanasana, you're going to bend your knees and we're going to roll up really slow, really articulating. Everything comes up, everything comes up. And then just shake it out. Shake out your arms, shake out your legs. You can take your hands and kind of pat your arms, your legs, your back. Support the lymphatic system, so that nice flushing through the body after you've been upside down. Big breath in. Exhale, stick out the tongue. Okay, so we're going to bring ourselves towards the top of the mat. Feet are about as wide as shoulders. And we're going to keep the right foot forward. We're going to step left foot back, setting up for warrior one. So if you have another way you'd like to get into warrior one, go ahead and do that. If you want to come from down dog and step forward. But we are not on a tightrope. We have a nice wide stance here. So the right knee is bent, knee is at the ankle. The back foot is down, again, slightly turned in so we can square the hips. This is our warrior one position. You can also do crescent if for whatever reason that feels better on your back knee and hip. And you can adjust however you need to. But basically, we're in this warrior stance to support the energy of this new moon, which is the archetype of the warrior. But warrior one is the heart opener, right? So it's our open-hearted warrior. So then you can inhale, reach the arms up, knee is bent. Exhale, straighten the legs, sweep your arms back. Inhale, scoop it up. Exhale, sweep back. So there is a bending and extending of the front leg. The back leg remains strong, whether the heel is down in warrior one or lifted in crescent. So again, we're getting some core here. We're using the core to balance and to engage. Working through the heart, so whole body in this warrior. Couple more. And then we're gonna hold that warrior one. Reach up, lift up through the heart. Now you can keep your arms up, or we're gonna bring the right arm under the left and you can hold your shoulders here. So you can keep it really relaxed, or we're gonna bring the back of the hands or the palms together with eagle arms. So get some nice release through the heart, through the shoulders, bend the front knee, lift the heart up. Big, big inhale. Exhale, stick out the tongue. Release the arms. Inhale, straighten the leg. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring the hands forward into pyramid. So you may step the back foot in quite generously. Feet are still nice and wide, but now the heels are planted and the toes are pointing forward. And again, you can do this over a chair or with blocks. And just let yourself release here over that right leg. Grounding into the big muscles of the legs. Soften the jaw. Inhale. And as you exhale, step the left foot up. So both feet are forward and shake it out for a couple breaths in Uttanasana. And then you can either roll up or you can just step the right leg back and then circle it up. So whatever is an easier transition for you into the second side of warrior one. So we're coming into warrior one on second side. So take your time, adjust as you need to. Left knee over the ankle, hips are square, back foot down, or heel lifted. But make sure, again, the hips are square. Roll the chest down. Open your chest. And then reach the arms up. Breathe here. Lifting up. And then inhale into warrior one. Exhale, straighten the legs, sweep back. So second side into that flow. Moving whole body, breath through that heart-centered warrior pose. Strong legs, strong core, open heart. Right, coming into balance. And this doesn't have to be a big movement, right? Gentle movement here. And then hold that warrior one. Lift, reach, and you might stay just like this, or left arm will come under the right and we'll hold the shoulders. And you can definitely stay here, open up the fascia, or back of the hands or palms touch. Breathe here. Lift up through the heart, bend into the front knee. Soften the face. Eagle is very purifying because we get this big compression and then we decompress. Take another breath in. Exhale, stick out the tongue. Release the arms, sweep them up. And then straighten that front leg and reach down. Adjust the back foot as you need to make pyramid accessible for you. And it's different on each side. So square the hips, lengthen the spine. Fold forward. Ground now, ground into the big muscles, into the hamstrings and the hips. Mild inversion, forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, step that right foot forward. Into your Uttanasana. Now again, you can stay in Uttanasana or as before, if you want to come back to down dog and be there. If you'd like to take some vinyasa movement, whether tabletop or plank, we'll be here for a few breaths in our Uttanasana for a moment, or you can add any kind of flow that is appropriate tonight. And maybe even you just step back to child's pose for a couple breaths, or you make your Uttanasana more supported. Fold over a chair. Just listening to the body, listening to the breath. And then if you are in Uttanasana, soften your knees and roll yourself up again, really, really slow. Everything comes up. And again, everything shakes out. Shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out. Big breath in. Stick out the tongue. Turn the body on the mat so you've got a nice wide stance. Not crazy wide, not as wide as you possibly can. We're going to come into temple. So that's a wide squat position. So depending on what feels good for you. Turn the toes out. And again, just pause for a moment, reach up. And hands to heart. Just again, feeling the difference with the legs wide. Grounding, clearing movement. And one more time, reach up. And then as you reach up, right hand holds left wrist and pull up and over to the right. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other without changing the shape of the legs. Push through the left foot. Inhale, bring it up, left hand to right wrist. Pull up and over, press through that right heel. Lengthen, stretch. Inhale up. Exhale, bend the knees, circle the arms down. Inhale, sweep up, straighten the legs. Find your flow. If it's too much to have the arms moving with you, the hands can stay at the heart. Otherwise, again, that's that full body flow. And again, you can decide how much you're bending the legs. So if it's too much on your hips or your knees to bend, then keep the legs straight and just kind of move through the arms, right? Kind of like that. Inhale up and down. Or maybe you just come a couple inches down. Just make sure you're coming straight down. And again, the knees are in the same direction as your toes, but not coming past the toes. Big breath. So you're not moving any stuck energy, any stagnant or excess energy. That fire has to move, right? And it'll try to burn through as much as it can to do that. Agni prana. Burn up the mala of the past month, the past 6 months, past year, again, even down to 18, 19 years ago. Some of this stuff's been sitting there that long. That's coming up right now. Old wounds, old patterns in both relationship and in our own personal power. Good. Inhale, reach everything up. Exhale, hands to heart, sink down. Breathe. So again, this doesn't have to be a big movement, or it can be a big movement. Relax the jaw, relax the face, sitting back, press through your feet, even lift the toes slightly. Again, ground here, ground now. Fully arrive in your feet, in your body, in your breath. Take another deep breath in. Stick out the tongue. Straighten the legs, point the toes forward. If you want to make a longer stance now, you can. Hands to the hips or clasp the hands behind the back. Roll your chest open and then forward fold. And I'm going to stick my butt against my closet today because that's apparently what's happening. And that can be nice. This is a great pose to do with something behind you. You can stretch your arms up overhead or you can release your arms down. You can always do this folded over a bed, a chair, a couch. So grounding. Such a grounding pose. Toes point forward. Actually feels really good to press my sit bones into my closet. So if you have something you can stick your butt into, it's nice, but not required. Shake out your head. You can take your hands and rest your hands at the base of your skull, or if you have hair that you can comfortably pull, so grabbing the ends of it or grabbing a ponytail, release the neck, get the blood flowing through the brain. Inhale, lengthen up halfway, lift the spine. Right hand under the face, left hand to the sky or to the low back, twist. And release, left hand down. Right arm reaches up or hand to hip, breathe. Push down through your feet, slide your hips back. And release. Heel toe the feet in to a more comfortable distance. If malasana is part of your practice and you can turn your toes out and lower down into squat, you can also do this sitting on a block or sitting directly on the mat. If it's not comfortable, you can do uttanasana again. Otherwise, if you are comfortable in malasana, pressing your arms to your legs, lifting your chest, pressing your feet down. This can sometimes be nice to do a back up against the wall, or like I said, put something underneath your pelvis. Bolster, block, couple blocks. If you're in uttanasana, you can rock and sway and breathe. Inhale. Exhale, stick out the tongue. Shift your body back. So depending on where you are, however you do that, we're going to make our way onto our back. But before we do that, we're going to do a final Navasana. So again, from wherever you're coming from, you can do this. So you'll lean back and the hands can hold the thighs. They can lift up. You can also lift both legs this time. And you can keep your hands down. Sometimes having the hands down and legs up works better. And just breathe wherever you are. Breathe. 3 breaths. Navasana. Boat pose. Inhale. And now as you exhale, we're going to try to roll down as slowly as you can. And that may not be slow at all. Otherwise, roll, 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 one vertebra at a time. And then stretch your arms and your legs. So make your body as long as you can. Reach through your fingers and your toes and stretch. And then bend your knees, feet hip width distance. Arms down by your sides. And let's flow through bridge a little bit. Press down through your feet. Inhale as you roll everything up. Exhale, roll down. And just take your time and any bridge variations. If you want to come into supported bridge here and just hang out there. If you want to add the arms or anything else, just flow through bridge. Bridge is so balancing. It's so therapeutic. Stretching out our abdominals, strengthening our back body, opening our heart, working with the lymphatic system and the endocrine system. You can keep flowing. If you'd like to hold bridge as you come up, lift up, gather the shoulders, open the chest, soften the jaw, press through your feet, little squeeze to the glutes. And then roll on down. We'll do that hold again. You can rock a little bit side to side before you go back up. And when you're ready, tuck and lift. Press through your feet, open your chest, squeeze your legs. arms in. Squeeze the legs in. We're gonna roll the knees to the right. And then stretch the left arm to the left. Just a final twist here. Nice closed twist, deep twist. If that doesn't feel good, you can always just do windshield wiper, feet down on the mat and roll them to the right. Relax your mouth. And then bring the legs back up. And we'll roll the knees to the left, right arm out to the right. Oh. Sometimes I feel this twist more in the upper chest. Oh, that's okay. Cleansing twist. And bring the legs back up. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Guide that right thigh open. Left foot can walk in and stay here or step on a block. You can also hug it in. And if you want a little more here, you can let that right knee cross the left thigh and then grab your opposite shins for reclining cow face, where you can just hold behind the thighs. Just kind of sometimes depends on the musculature of your legs, whatever one's more accommodating. So I feel like reclining cow face is a deeper stretch, but again, for other people, it might not be appropriate. And you can just stay with sleeping pigeon and rock a little bit. Take a few breaths, gotta get a little supported hip opener in after today. Big breath in. Exhale with some sound. Then switch. So you might start out with reclining pigeon and just notice how that feels as you start to hug in. If that feels okay, you might slide the left leg across and take reclining cow face. Make sure your head is softened toward the mat. Lengthen your tailbone. Relax your eyes. Some good breaths. Inhale. Exhale some sound. Slowly unwind. Give yourself a big, big hug. Even squeeze everything in. And then exhale, you can let it go. You can come into traditional Shavasana and just lay on the back for the next few minutes, or you can roll yourself into Viparita Karani, which might be really nice today. You can also take your legs up the bed, up a chair, stack up some cushions. Just give yourself the next few minutes. And if you want a longer Shavasana, we've got about 5 minutes. But if you know you like a longer Shavasana, then you're always welcome to leave and take a longer practice. But give yourself some time. And just let yourself settle. Back body on the earth. Front body open to the sky. us humans ever the conduit between the earth and the sky, the earth and the sun, and the earth and the moon, and all the other celestial bodies. The earth made up of our powerful elements, the earth, the air, the water, the fire, the ether. But we also know that star matter is on the planet too, in us, in our cells. At these power points, new moon, full moon, eclipse, earth, holy days, we tune in, we plug in. And today, again, from our perspective, the moon crossed in front of the sun in the middle of the day. And these were events that our ancestors did not know how to process, and they created all kinds of stories and ceremonies to try to understand this phenomenon. And we have this information where we understand it's part of our universe. Our universe moves in circles, and when you have circles moving in circles around circles, right, they cross. But it changes our perception, and that's what everything on this planet is about, is our perception. And in the middle of the day, it becomes night, or it becomes different, and we have the opportunity to reset, to renew, to review. And when the sun is unobstructed, again, we stand in that light, that new moon energy, with our power, our purpose, our confidence, our instinct. Each one of us a pioneer in our own right. And so we rest in this space, recovering, yes. Restoring, yes. But renewing, remembering. These are points where we get to come back to a pure sense of self. Again, a lot of back to when we were children. And we were first learning our identity and discovering our light, our warmth, our fire. And we invite all of the blessings available. This new moon brings that healthy warriorship, that childish courage, that inner protector. And we open to receive. We open to purify that which has been obstructing our light. And in the days, the weeks, and years that follow this moment, we invite a deeper living, a deeper embodying of our purpose and passion, and a protection of that, not giving it away, not letting it be taken in an attempt to relate to others, to be accepted from others, which is part of the survival of our species. And this is the energy of the lone wolf. And ultimately, we know that we are pack animals, but we all have our integrity. And may we move forward in a way that is in alignment with the earth, and the sun, and the moon, and the stars, and our higher purpose, and that deep self-love and confidence, and each one of us shining in our own way, and no need to obstruct another's light. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with sound. Feel your body arrive fully in your hands and your feet, in your arms and your legs and your spine and your head. Whole body present, whole body receiving this new moon, this eclipse. And you can bring movement or stretching, or maybe you just curl yourself to one side. Come into gratitude for your body, for your spirit, for your mind, for your emotions, for your life, for this planet and this time. As wild as it is amazing to all be here together. Our own individual journeys threading into the collective. Each one of us responsible for our storyline. Letting that light shine a little brighter as we move forward, adding to the collective. And take your time, bring yourself to seated when you're ready. Hand to heart and hand to belly. Again, we ground in body, we ground in breath, we ground in heart and spirit and bone and flesh. Underneath this moon, we tone the sacred sound of Om, the first Om, honoring our practice, honoring our journey. The second Om is an offering out to those suffering, to those in the world. And our final Om for our Mother Earth, for our Grandmother Moon, for the highest good of these times. And you can just listen or hum or join. Om. 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 Draw your hands to your heart, rub your palms, take a deep breath in. Exhale, left hand to the left palm up, right hand to the right palm down, connecting our virtual moon circle. With one more shared breath, inhale, lift and open and hold. Exhale, hands to the earth, and we bow. Om Chandraya Namaha. Many blessings. Have a great day. Have a great week. Take it easy, and I hope to see you soon.